this tutorial session, we are going to set up feedback forms such as this one for each middle school student. The following demonstrations are segmented in several sections that follow the pattern of intro, show, do, and cue. I will briefly introduce the task. Mr. Brian and myself will show you how to complete that task. You will be prompted to do the task yourself, and then you can use the links below the video to revisit our demonstration if necessary. Before we get into our feedback form setup, let's take a moment and clean house a little bit with our extensions. Now, Chrome extensions are great. They add a lot of functionality to your computing experience. However, some do interfere with Google Suite scripting. And so we need to make sure we turn those off right now. So it's best to remove any problematic extensions at some point. But for now, let's just turn them off for our own purposes right now so they don't interfere with what we're about to do. So here's how we can do this.
Okay, so we need to disable our extensions for a time as we are developing our automated form responses. So to do this, you just go in your Chrome and you go up to where you find the extensions, and you might see some extensions that you already have. Just click on the puzzle piece there and it'll give you a list and show you what's pinned and what's not pinned. Go ahead and hit Manage Extensions. And at this point, you'll be directed to a page. And here in this page, you just hit these toggle buttons. You do not have to remove them because you want to reactivate them maybe after you're done with this training session. So go ahead and just toggle these off for right now. And some of them are very safe. Most of them are safe, but you want to make sure that we don't have any ones that are interfering at this time. So just toggle them off. And then when we get done with the presentation here and you get done with your training, you'll just need to come back to this page and turn them right back on. So this will help us in our next steps in the setup procedure for the automation part.
Digital portfolios have two main purposes for the creator. The first purpose is to help us learn how to collect and reflect on our studies by creating one location for our work. The second purpose is just as important. We should be able to share our evidence and growth over time with others, so that they can celebrate with us in our growth and also provide tips, suggestions, and ideas to help us improve what we are adding to our digital portfolios. Since the beginning of the year, we've succeeded at the first purpose. Now that we have some material and content in our portfolios, let's start inviting others to celebrate with us and start seeking others' tips, suggestions, and ideas to help us improve. Before we start the duplicating copying procedures, let's start with the end in mind and overview the feedback form feature you'll have developed upon the completion of this tutorial exercise. Here we have a sample portfolio. As a visitor to the site, I am able to review another student's work. Now, with the feedback form added to the top navigation of the page, I can click on the link and access question items that will prompt me to provide constructive feedback for the owner of the site. While at the form, you'll see we need to add the title of the content that we're commenting on and provide a link to the section of the page we are commenting on, much like this. Then we can provide a general idea about what we like about the portfolio entry and what may be done to improve the portfolio itself. Next, we select a sentence stem that will provide guidance for our main comment. In the item below, you can simply complete the sentence stem you have just selected. In this way, we hope to provide feedback for others while also practicing and improving our own commenting skills and habits. Let's start copying the standard feedback form that you can use on your own portfolio site. Mr. Brian and I are going to show you what to do, and then when prompted, you do what we've shown you to do. Do not do anything until you're prompted to do something. At that time, the form link will be provided for you to complete the copying tasks. Let's take a look at those tasks right now.
So I'm going to use some advanced technology, and that is Mr. Brian's my smart board. All right, so I'm going to point to the screen here, and as I do that, Mr. Brian is going to be changing the different scenes that you see on the screen. If Mr. Bryan can click these 3 dots, and you can too, go ahead and click those 3 dots and hit make a copy. Now it's going to pop up a dialog box, and on that dialog box, go ahead and take out copy of template, and just write in your name. Once you have that, you can make sure this is not checked. You don't want to check that. Hit OK. Once you hit OK, it'll open up in a new tab. Close out the one tab that says template. Just get rid of that so you don't mistakenly edit the template. We don't want that.
So in the top left corner, it should now say reflected copy name, which is your name, portfolio feedback form. So now this is yours.
Now you try making your own without editing the template as shown in the video. Revert back to the beginning of the section to view the demonstration again if necessary. Please go to the provided URL address to access the template. Do not edit when you get to this form. Copy the form by clicking on the 3 dots and selecting Make a Copy. Remove the copy of text and replace it with your name. Now, close the Template tab so only your form's editing version is displayed with your name on it. When these procedures are complete, continue on to learn how to automate the form responses. At this stage, we are ready to configure the automated feedback feature of the form. To do this, we will be activating an add-on. So here we go. This is how you do it.
We're at the editing version of the form. Just like Google Sites has an editing version, so too does Forms. Okay? And we're going to put the public link onto our portfolio. But before we do that, it's not going to be very efficient if we're collecting people's feedback and we don't even know whether they've submitted a form or not. Okay, so we're going to introduce you to some add-on. Do you guys know what an add-on is? Right? It's much like an extension. But add-ons for Google Forms give you more functionality for Google Forms. We're going to add a functionality of auto response. Now, auto response for the person who submitted the form, and most importantly, the person who created the form, so that you can collect their feedback and know when they offer feedback for you. So to do this, you're just going to come up to the puzzle piece, hit add-ons, and you should see at least one option, and that option is form notifications. You're just going to select form notifications, open, and don't do anything yet. We have our form notification pop-up box here, and you're going to notice that there's 2 toggle buttons. First one will notify you as the creator of this form automatically when somebody submits it. What we're going to do is we're going to activate these form notifications. The first one is activating this notification so that we receive an email when somebody submits it. So go ahead and toggle this on. When you do that, you should see your email. So Mr. Bryan sees his email, keep that there. All right, so you want to see that somebody submitted the form, an email is going to be sent to that person. That's your audience, yourself, okay? Now, once you do this, come down here. We don't want every 10 times to get a notification. You want every time, so you set that to 1. Configure that to 1. Take out the 0, put the 1.
Now you configure the automation for your own form. Access and activate the add-on with the puzzle icon. Click on Form Notifications. Agree to all the conditions with your school email address. That was not shown in the demonstration, but you probably will need to do this anyway. Toggle on the Notify on Form Responses to receive notifications when visitors submit a response. Make sure your email address displays in the recipient email form and field. Set frequency of response to 1. Now, let's activate a thank you email. Here's how to do it.
All right, so now we have that first part done. Then go down, toggle this thank you email. We want to go ahead and customize this slightly, and Mr. Bryan will show you how to customize this slightly in your case.
You spend hours preparing your portfolio. You prepare all of the areas of growth. You show evidence of your learning. Your friends get on, your teachers get on your portfolio, your parents get on your portfolio. They take time out of their schedule and their lives to check out your learning, to be part of your learning. So now, in return for them to provide a little feedback to you, you want to show gratitude for their time. And so every time they fill it out, you can send an automatic email to them. What do you want to tell them? First, subject line. What do you want to say in the subject line that allows them to receive an email that immediately shows gratitude? Something along the lines of, thank you for giving Brian feedback, is all we really need. But that personal name in there really shows that personal connection to the person. Even though it's automated, we're taking time to say, hey, look, I know you gave feedback to me, and my name is Brian. Now in the second line below it says notification email body, and we have 5,000 characters. So now we want to expand on that feedback. What do we really appreciate of our friends and our family and our teachers? What we really appreciate their time. So how can we write the body of this email that allows them to truly understand that we do appreciate them reaching out and giving us feedback on our portfolio. So how about something like this? Thank you for taking your time to provide feedback on my portfolio. Your feedback will help me to continue to grow as a student and to improve my portfolio. You don't have to use those same words. Those are just words just thrown in there right now, showing appreciation to someone. Please make it personal. Make it your own words. Make it what you believe you would like to say to teachers, to friends, to parents, to brothers and sisters, to family members, if they ever do see the things that we're posting in our portfolio.
What you're going to want to do before you do anything, keep that box open, but scroll all the way to the bottom where it says Save Configuration, that blue box there. Click on Save Configuration. It should gray out or just disappear. Okay, it should say Successfully Saved. When you know that, you can go ahead and click the X out of that pop-up box.
All right, go ahead and activate the thank you email by toggling on the thank you email message. Customize the subject of your header that displays your name in some way. Customize your email message to show your gratitude for the comment that was left. Click Save Configuration when you're done with the subject and also body of the email. And click the X to close the pop-up box in the lower right-hand corner. With our automation set, we are ready to link our feedback form to our digital portfolio. To do this, we need to keep our editing form open and also go to our Google Drive and open up our digital portfolio. Please find your digital portfolio and open it in another tab right now. So stop this video until everyone is ready with both the editing version of the form open in one tab and your digital portfolio editing site open in another.
We have a form, okay? This is the editing. Remember, we don't want to share the editing because they won't be able to see it. So what we want to do is share the public URL with our audience, the people who are visiting our site. To do this, all you have to do right now is come up to that I symbol, go to the I symbol at the top right-hand corner, click on the I symbol, and it's going to pop you out to a new tab, and it's going to say View Form at the end of that URL. That's the URL you want to copy right now. So copy
highlight it all.
the View Form. Don't copy the Edit URL. Copy the View Form URL.
You can also tell it's the view form by looking in, and you can see how it says required, and it's going to collect the email address. Small subtle differences in our view form. So once you have view form, highlight it all, copy.
Once you've copied that URL, you'll want to go to your editing site of your portfolio. Back in August, we created this portfolio site to collect our work. Now we're adding the functionality of obviously collecting people's feedback on our work, now that we have some stuff up there, hopefully. All right, and to do this, eventually we're going to have a little link that pops up here that's going to say your name feedback or something that you decide to customize. Now, to do this, you're just going to come over to the right-hand side. You're going to make sure that you click on the Pages tab here. There's 3 links. Go to pages. And then if you look down at the bottom, hover over the plus sign. Just hover over the plus sign.
Don't click the plus sign, just hover over the plus sign.
Then you're going to click the new link button. So you click on that.
New link, not new page. I've seen multiple students hit new page, new link.
And then click, paste the link here, come up to the name, and put Leo's feedback form, or give Leo feedback, or whatever your name is. Make it sort of personal.
It is your portfolio, so you can modify that title. I went with give Brian feedback. Try to help the audience really take time. Like if you're going to visit my portfolio, yeah, talk to me about it.
Okay.
Communicate with me. Let me know what you notice.
In this dialog box, make sure you keep this ticked. Okay. This checkbox, keep it ticked because it's going to open so people can reference the page that they want to talk about and the form that they're using to give you feedback. That's a nice little function for them. Now hit done. Now it should appear up here. If it doesn't, it's buried somewhere in here. You can just drag and drop it underneath home and it'll appear on your top.
You can drag it down here, or you can drag it up here. But the goal is up here on the toolbar. There it is.
All right, now click the eye icon to open the Google Form public URL ending in View Form. Copy the View Form link. Go to the editing link for your digital portfolio. Click on the Pages section. Hover over the plus icon. Click on New Link icon button. Paste the link into the link field. Type in a customized link in the name field. Ensure the Open a New Tab checkbox is ticked. And drag and drop New Link on the right-hand side so it appears in the navigation bar. Now it is time to finish our feedback setup.
We need to make sure it's published. So we made a change in our editing site, but that doesn't appear to the public. So we need to make sure we click on publish. Now some of you might get a confirmation screen. Go ahead and confirm that you want to make that publish. I think Mr. Brian has that set off.
Yeah, I have it
configuration setting off. So now when anybody goes to your site, they can see that link, click on it, and then provide you feedback, hopefully very constructive feedback that will help you improve or help you celebrate your success that you have. So now when anybody goes to your site, they can see that link, click on it, and then provide you feedback, hopefully very constructive feedback that will help you improve or help you celebrate your success that you have in an assignment or a project that you're working on and you post on your digital portfolio.
Click the Publish button on your Google site. If necessary, review and confirm your changes. Go to your published site by clicking the drop-down arrow next to the Publish button and click View Published Site. And finally, confirm that your customized feedback form link is viewable. You are now complete with the portfolio feedback setup procedures. Now you can not only showcase your work and growth, but you can also collect feedback from others who visit your portfolio and your portfolio site content. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a good day.